Good day, everyone. I am Sir Kim. Our lesson for today is all about Lesson 7 Mental Health and Well-Being in Middle and Late Adolescence. When we say mental health, it is composed of emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It also affects the way we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Here are the early warning signs about our mental health. First one is eating or sleeping too much or too little. Ito daw mga warnings na ito ay nagpapakita kung saan you are facing something. It may be illness or any types under the mental health. No, second part is pulling away from people and usual activities. Yan, pag-alis daw sa mga iba't ibang aktibidad na madalas mong ginagawa at pag-alis din sa isang grupo di kaya sa mga kasama mo lagi. Feeling numb or like nothing matters, di ba? Feeling helpless and hopeless. Hopya ka daw, hopeless romantic. No, helpless, ibig sabihin, feeling mo wala nang mangyayari pa, wala nang pag-asa. Ganun. Smoking, drinking, and using drugs more than usual. Ayan. Excessive usage of those things. Pero di ba, alam naman natin, ang sumusobra ay nakasasama. Yelling or fighting with family and friends. Yan. Irritable, no? You're focusing on fighting, yelling, di ba? Debate, di ba? Experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in the relationship. Having persistent thoughts and memories you can get out of your head. Hearing voices and believing things that are not true. Yan, pag-iisip daw ng mga bagay, may mga naririnig daw ng mga sounds or boses, di ba? Voice. And then, you're believing na, nagsasalita pala yung ganito, ganyan. Diba? And thinking of harming yourself or others. Ito yung pinaka bad idea. We have here the types of illness. First one is anxiety disorders. The keyword here is to protect you from harm. Kaya ang sabi, distributes in brain mechanism designed to protect you from harm. Ito daw, anxiety disorders ay maaring magdulot. Siyempre, pag sinabi naman natin anxiety, it means you're overthinking. Or di kaya hindi ka palagay. So here, we will discuss the 5 types of illness, mental illness under the anxiety disorders. The first one is specific phobias. Sabi dito, specific phobia involves an intense, persistent fear of a specific object or situation not out of proportion to the actual risk. There are many types of phobias, and it's not usual to experience a specific phobia about more than one object or situation. Specific phobias can also occur along with other types of anxiety disorders. The best example here is the fear of heights, or we call it acrophobia. You all know that if we have phobia, it means we are afraid of something. A part of it, syempre, it can cause you to anxiety disorders. Kagaya na naman ng pag-iisip na syempre, kung ikaw ba itatakutin sa pamamaraan ng isang katakot, nagkakaroon ka na ng trauma madalas. Second part is the GAD or tinatawag natin generalized anxiety disorder. It is characterized by persistent and excessive, sobrang pag-worry about a number of different things. Yan. People with GAD may anticipate disaster and may be overly concerned about, first, money, second, health, the third, family, the fourth, work, and the last one is the other issues. Individuals with GAD we find it difficult to control their worries, di ba? Hindi nahihirapan daw sila makontrol yung ganitong excessive worry nila. They may worry more than seems warranted about actual events or may expect the worst. Even then, is no apparent reason for me concern. Yan. Halimbawa natin dito ay masyadong pag-iisip sa mga bagay-bagay. Gaya na lamang kapag may sumakit sa ating tagiliran. We almost overthink that kumain tayo ng di tama. May mga pagkakamali o di kaya may mali sa tulog ko, di kaya may iba't ibang factor ka na sasabi o naiisip na alam mo na nakaka-apekto ito sa daily routine mo o sa daily living mo, no? Next is letter C, social anxiety disorder. sometimes referred to as a social phobia. It is a type of anxiety disorder that causes extreme fear in social settings. Yan. Di ba? People with this disorder have trouble talking to people. May takot doon sa pakikipag-usap, lalo na sa ibang tao. Meeting new people, attending social gatherings. They fear being judged or being scrutinized by others. We are feared about what the world will say to us. Kaya nga ang nangyayari, you often remove yourself sa isang group. Hindi ka lumalabas, hindi ka masyadong nakikipag-communicate physically. Letter D, the panic disorder. Panic disorder occurs when you experience recurring, unexpected panic attacks. From the word itself, we panic o sa Tagalog, gitla o gulat. Madalas ito nangyayari habang ikaw ay tulog o biglaan na lamang papabangon, matataranta at ang iyong kalagayan ay may-aring gulat o di kaya hindi ka mapakali. Last part is agoraphobia, is fear of being in a situation that you might not be escaped, di ba? Or you wouldn't be able to have help, no? Many people assume agoraphobia is simply a fear of open space, but it's simply actually a more complex condition. Some with agoraphobia may be scared of first traveling on a specific public transportation. They fear na kung saan na ayaw mo maging mag-isa sa isang lugar. Ayaw mo sa masikip. O di kaya feeling mo ikaw ay matatrap sa loob nito na hindi ka makakahingi ng tulong. The best example here is inside the train. Alam naman natin na maraming tao sa isang tren. At feeling ng taong may agoraphobia ay matatrap sila dahil nga masikip at syempre hindi sila basta-basta makakaalis sapagkat ito ay moving train, no? Gumagalaw at nasa maaring mataas pa at syempre hindi ka naman pwedeng tumalon basta-basta. And that's all our anxiety disorders. Next, mood disorders. Yan. We have here mood disorders. It is all about our feeling or kalagayan, yung moods natin, the setting of our way, di ba? The first one is clinical depression. It is a constant sense of hopelessness and despair. Is a sign you may have, o yun nga, tinatawag natin major depression. Dito naman sa clinical depression, mararamdaman mo ay ikaw ay hopya. Ayan. Walang katuturan ng ginagawa mo kahit na anong gawin mo ay walang pag-asa. Maaari rin siyang tawagin nga na major depression. And the next part is bipolar disorder, also known as a manic depression. It is a mental illness that brings severe high and low moods, changes in sleep, energy, thinking, and behavior. People who have bipolar disorder can have periods in which they feel overly happy and energized, and other periods of feeling very sad, hopeless, and sluggish. Bipolar disorders, ang pinaka-basic term, o pinaka-basic part niya is mood swings. Diba? Sapagkat kung mapapansin natin dito ay nagbabago-bago ang kanyang pag-ugali. Maaring mabait, papuntang sa supladita o maldita. Mula masaya hanggang malungkot or vice versa. No? The third part is the psychotic disorder. Psychotic disorder are severe mental disorders that cause abnormal thinking and perceptions. People with psychosis lose touch with reality. Two of the main symptoms are delusions and hallucinations. And now we will tackle all about the schizophrenia and also the delusional disorder. And schizophrenia is a serious mental disorder in which people interpret reality abnormally. Schizophrenia may result in some combinations of hallucinations, delusions, and extremely disordered thinking and behavior that impairs daily functioning and can be disabling. Yan. It is more on hallucinations. Tatanda natin yan. You're thinking about your hallucinations na ito ay totoo. Di kaya binibigyan mo nga ito ng sinasabi mo sa kanila, totoo to iisip ko. Yan. Totoo tong nangyaring ito. At dito naman sa delusional disorder, previously called paranoid disorder, is it a type of serious mental illness called a psychotic disorder. People who have it can tell what's real from what is imagined. Delusions are the main symptoms of delusional disorder. They are unshakable beliefs in something that isn't true or based on reality. Dito naman sa delusions, you are paranoid o hindi ka kampante. Dito hindi na nila malaman kung ano nga ba yung totoo sa hindi, sa kanilang guni-guni o sa mga totoong nangyayari. Halimbawa, nalaman natin ang pag-usap niya, pakikipag-usap sa puno. Eh, siyempre, ang isipin niya, may tao siya talagang kausap at yung puno naman talaga ang kanyang kausap. Kaya napaghahalo na niya kung ano nga ba ang totoo sa hindi. Next is personality disorder. Personality disorders, they involve long-term patterns of thoughts and behaviors that are unhealthy and inflexible. The behavior causes serious problems with relationship and work. The first part is we have eccentric or may kakaiba ugali. Paranoid is the feeling that you're threatened in some way or such a people watching you or acting against you. And even though there's no proof that it's true. Yan. The schizoid is feeling of being shy or you want to be away without interaction with anyone. And letter B is dramatic or emotional. Ito yung konting kanti mo lang, iiyak agad o di mas mabilis silang magdamdam sa isang bagay. Antisocial naman, ito yung ayaw makihalubilo o makisama sa isang specific group or organization. Histrionic, ito naman po yung he or she always look for attention. Sa sarili natin o sa salitang balbal, masasabi natin kulang sa pansin. O di kaya, next is narcissistic, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. Ito na yung sobrang-sobrang paghingi ng atensyon, paghingi ng love and all, care, di ba? Kasama na rin yun. Tawag doon, narcissistic. The next part is eating disorder. Eating disorder, kung mapapansin natin, is the disturbance of weight and feeding behavior. It is all about our food that we consume. The first part is anorexia nervosa or simply called anorexia lang. Yan, weight. Sabi dito, it is an eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, an intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight. Ito naman sa anorexia nervosa, ito naman kung saan payat siya, ayaw niyan magpataba, ayaw niyan tumaba. So, he or she limits kung ano nga ba yung kinakain niya. Next is bulimia nervosa o bulimia na. Yan. Potentially life-threatening eating disorder. People with bulimia may secretly binge eating large amount of food with a lost control over the eating and then purge trying to get rid of the extra calories in an unhealthy way. Yan. Dito sa bulimia nervosa, ito yung nalakas talaga kumain. Tapos, syempre, sa sobrang lakas nila kumain, gusto nilang pumayat pero sa ibang pamamaraan na hindi naman healthy way, no? Next is letter C, the binge eating disorder. It is a serious eating disorder in which you frequently consume unusual large amount of food and feel unable to stop eating. Binge eating disorders, mapapansin natin, ito naman po yung sobrang pagkain. Walang kagutuman, walang kabusugan. Ito po yan, binge eating disorder. Next part is the developmental disorder or developmental disability means a severe chronic disability of an individual who has a diba? Mental or physical impairment by the age of 22, which is likely to continue indefinitely and result in substantial functional and limitations in three or more areas of major life activity. The first one is autism spectrum disorder, or tinatawag natin ASD. It is a complex developmental condition that involves persistent challenges in social interaction, speech, and nonverbal communication. Tatandaan natin ha, huwag natin tatawagin na yung autism ay special child, di ba? Please do remember, they are special needs. May mga matitindi silang pangangailangan. Hindi sila sabihin natin abnormal or what. That is wrong. Please do remember, everyone. Meron silang persistent challenge na kinakarap. Lalo-lalo na sa kanilang pananalita. May mga stuttering or something that is not usual to the other people. Lalo na rin sa kanilang non-verbal communication, hand gestures, and many more. Next is ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This is a disorder marked by an ongoing pattern of inattention and hyperactivity impulsivity that interferes with functioning or development. Sa madaling salita, ito yung mga batang feeling mo nakainom ng maraming sugar or because of their hyperactivity o sobrang kulit, no? They are also impulsive. Minsan nakasasakit na sila or hindi na rin nila alam ang kanilang ginagawa. Even though napagalitan or nasabihan, they still continue what they are doing. Next part is learning disorder. Ang learning disorder is an information processing problem that prevents a person from learning a skill and using it effectively. Learning disorders generally affect people of average or above average intelligence. In this way, we all know that learning disorder ay isang illness na kung saan hindi madalas maintindihan ang mga tinuturo o sinasabi or even though instructions or rules, di ba? Kasi nga may nag interfere dun sa kanyang learning progress. Hindi nagsi-circulate ng tama, maaring may mga informations or may ibang nakagugulo sa kanyang isipan and specific skill ang hindi niya matugunan at hindi niya magawa because may disturbance na nagaganap sa kanyang brain. Next is behavioral disorder. It affects a person's ability to be happy, control their emotions, and pay attention in school. We have two types. Sabi dito, even the best behaved children can be difficult and challenging at times. But if your child or teenager has a frequent and persistent pattern of anger, galit, irritability, irritable sa lahat ng bagay, irritable arguing, or madalas makipagtalo, defiance, or vindictiveness toward you and other authority figures, or she may have a positional defiant disorder. Yan. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga madalas makipagtalo na isang bata o di kaya pwedeng adolescent, no? Irritable. Yan, sa lahat ng bagay. Yung oppositional siya sa mga dapat ginagawa, no? That is the oppositional defiant. From the root word, oppositional nga, di ba? And the next part is conduct disorder. It refers to a group of repetitive and persistent behavioral and emotional problems in youngsters. Children and adolescents with their disorder have great difficulty following rules. Hindi basta-basta napapasunod o nasunod sa batas o patakaran, respecting the right of others. Hindi yan sumusunod o hindi yan nagrespeto sa, syempre, sa karapatan ng isang tao, showing empathy and behaving in socially acceptable way. Hindi rin sila kagaya ng ibang bata kung paano sa kanilang way or behavior nila sa ibang tao o sa madla. Hindi sila same. May kakaiba silang pamamaraan. You have here the drug addiction. It is called, syempre, mapapansin natin dito, it is called substance use or disorder. It is a disease that affects a person's brain, behavior, and leads to an inability to control the use of illegal drugs or medication. Substances like alcohol, marijuana, nicotine are also considered as drugs. We have here addiction, no? Mapansin natin the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. Maybe it will be drugs, alcohol, or smoking. The addiction na tinatawag yung hindi mo maalis. Halos mag-away ka na dahil sa hindi mo nagagawa isang particular na bagay na iyon. Nangangatog at iba't ibang symptoms kung saan sa pagiging isang addict. Marami rin itong epekto lalo-lalo sa ating pangangatawan dahil madalas napapatay nito ang ating immune system at nabubus lamang niya ang ating mental state because of those drugs. We have here the common mental health disorders among the adolescents. First one is depression. It is often characterized by the overwhelming sadness, anger, and melancholy. Aside from these symptoms, teenagers may also feel workless, helpless. They have concentration problems, they experience frequently crying, fatigue, or disinterest, and they have thoughts or suicide or preoccupation with death. Tatandaan natin, pag may taong maharap sa depression, iba't iba ang kanilang symptoms. Iba't iba ang kanilang nararamdaman at iba't iba ang dapat kanilang approach. But still, I hope that if may nakasalubong, may nakasama tayo na nagdaraan at nais nila mag-share about their depression, I hope that you will do these three things. Tatandaan lamang natin na kapag sila ay maharap sa mga ganito, 3 steps that we need to do. First one is listen to them. Yan, hayaan mo sila magsalita. Ilabas nila yung kanilang nararamdaman kung ninanais nila. Hayaan mo sila kung mag-first move kung nais nila mag-share, nais nilang mag-open up, o di kaya magsalita. Or even though umiyak ng umiyak lamang, diyan ka lang. Second part is iparamdam mong nakikinig ka, nandyan ka, at syempre, naiintindihan mo siya. The sympathy itself, let her feel or he maparamdam mo sa kanya na naiintindihan mo siya. By also means of non-verbal, tapping your heads, hugging them, making a half hug, di ba? Gamit yung braso natin. And the third part is, I know this is not a totally good part, pero ito, sasabihin natin na, I know you're struggling too much right now, but I'm praying and I'm hoping that you will be okay soon. No? I'm praying and hoping that you will be okay soon. And then, the special part, dun sa tatlo, kung talagang sobra-sobra na, is the fourth one. You will advise them to go to the professionals kasi sila mas makakaalam ng kanilang hinaharap at kung ano bang dapat nilang gawin at ano bang dapat i-take care para sa kanilang nararamdaman. Yan po ang dapat natin gawin sapagkat upang maiwasan natin ang pag-trigger sa isang tao dahil sa kanyang nararamdaman. Maaari kasi masabi natin na, uy, dati naman ganyan nararamdaman, hindi naman ako na ganyan. At marami tayong nasasabi na hindi karapat-dapat sa isang taong dumadaan sa depression. Anxiety, common mental health disorders among adolescents. Here ones the second to the depression are the among most common mental health disorders in young adults. This can include phobias. Yan, kakasabi ko lang kanina, no? Phobias, mga kinakatakutan. Panic disorder, social anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. Ito yung mga iba't ibang, syempre, iba't ibang illness na kinakarap ng isang middle and late adolescents, no? If they are working up, o dun nga sa illness and anxiety. Third is eating disorder. Commonly symptoms of either disorder include extraordinary loss in weight, a thin or frail appearance, going to the bathroom right after eating. Diba? Bilang napupup, diba? Being continually unhappy with one's appearance or fear of weight gain. Yung iba gustong tumaba, yung iba gustong pumayat. Pero they're not achieving it because they are afraid. And that is eating disorders. Yan. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, is characterized by shortened attention span, impulsiveness, hyperactivity, and disorganization. Young people with this disorder frequently become bored easily, fail to concentrate, and even for short period of time that can be disruptive. Kaya nga nasabi ko po sa inyo, sila yung mga bata kung saan hyper o sobra-sobra ang kanilang energy. And then, minsan hindi na nila alam yung kanilang ginagawa or di kaya kahit sabihan mo sila, hindi nila naintindihan na sila ay nagkakamali na. Why treatment is necessary? Getting appropriate help for individuals suffering from mental health disorders can prevent compounding the problems already being experienced by the young adult. That is why it is must to seek help if you feel that you are suffering from mental health problem or if you feel that someone you know has a mental health problem. Lagi ko nga pumbilin sa inyo the 3 steps and the special 4th step, no? Saan kung kinakailangan na po talaga na siya ay sobrang nagde-dwell na sa mental health disorders niya, and please do so. Payuhan natin sila sapagkat mental health matters. Mental Health and Wellness Nielsen 1988 stated in Frando and Morris 2014, wellness is a combination of health and happiness. There's the many factors that contribute to being healthy and happy, likewise contribute to being well. Kaya di ba mapapansin natin na hinahayaan natin yung ating well-being na gumalaw, maging alive. Kasi once we pop up, hindi mag-stay lang tayo dun sa particular, halimbawa may nararamdaman na tayo when it comes to our illness or mental health illness. Tapos, yung ating feelings, sinunod natin. Di ba? Mas lalo lang tayo nagdodwell at lalo natin nilululong yung ating sarili sa ating nararamdaman. So, ang madalas pinapayo talaga niyan is the wellness of our physical aspect. Yan, pag-jogging, iba't ibang physical yan eh. Exercising, gym, and any other sports that it helps you to inhale, exhale, to relax, and also to be flexible at mawala sa isip mo kung ano nga ba yung bigat na nararamdaman mo. Dimension of wellness. Physical wellness is the active and continuous effort to maintain the optimum level of physical activity. It focuses on nutrition, which includes self-care. Yan. Sariling pag-aalaga ng iyong lifestyle, choices wherein the person uses medical services, observes preventive health measures, abstain from drugs, tobacco, excessive alcohol use, and engage in safe sex practices. Now, it was a physical wellness. You are helping yourself. In first part, lalo-lalo na pag-aalaga ng iyong sarili. The outside, yung panlabas natin. Saan? You're focused on maaring meditating, exercising nga, at iba't ibang pamamaraan. At ito'y nakakatulong sapagkat ang iyong physical body ay nagiging healthy. Siyempre, kasabay nito, makakahinga yung iyong isipan at ang iyong sarili sa iyong mga nararamdaman. Psychological or emotional wellness includes one's attitude and beliefs towards self and life. He or she also aware of handling one's feelings, actions, and relationship. Thus, the person can very well cope with stress. Yan. Sa psychological or emotional wellness, dito naman po sa topic na ito, mapapansin natin na hindi naman natin masasabi na dapat marunong kang i-handle ang iyong sarili. But also, you do know that you are dwelling for something, some illness na kinararamdaman mo on that day or on that time. On that time. And also, sa pangyayaring ito, kung ikaw mismo nakararamdam na ito at hindi na to minsan lang, alam mo ito yung nangyayari na din talaga. In the experience itself, you know that you can handle those experiences at makakatutulong ito sa iyo to overcome those pain and those feelings na lalong nagdudwell ka sa kalungkutan at maaari din sa loneliness and so many more. Hopelessness, diba? May iba't ibang negative. So that you can take the bigger picture or the brightest part or the positive impact to your life to overcome, syempre, yung illness na kinararamdaman mo. Then, the social wellness is the movement toward balance and integration of the interaction between the individual, society, and natural environment. We all know that we need to choose the good environment for us. Also, the social environment for us. No, yung mga tao na worth it for our time, the worth it for ourselves. Yung alam natin na pag kinakailangan natin ng karamay o kausap, maaari din na nandyan sila at maaari mo sila makausap at maaari din mapayuhan kanila. 'Di ba? Yan ang importansya ng social wellness. That you exercise communicating so that you can share your thoughts, your heart, and also your feelings towards them. So that if you hear something about them or about din sa feelings and experiences nila, at least nagkakaroon ka ng points na ano ba dapat gawin, ano dapat, at nakakapag-reflect ka together with them. Intellectual wellness is the perception of and motivation for one's optimal level of stimulating intellectual activity through the continuous acquisition, use, sharing, application of knowledge in a creative and critical manner. Ito sa intellectual wellness, ito naman yung, syempre, we consider to read books. Syempre, para saan? To gain knowledge. We consider to listen to our teachers so that also we gain knowledge, to know the experiences of them. At syempre, mas makapag-reflect sa lesson given. This intellectual wellness helps us na maiwasan yung learning disorder na tinatawag. If continuously, di ba? Continuously dumadalay ang dugo, di ba? Wala magkakaroon ng problema sa iyong ugat. Hindi magmamaga or what. Something like that. Di ba? Same with the intellectual wellness. If we proceed the way we think, and the way we learn something or some other thing, syempre, kinakailangan natin na lagi natin siyang ginagamit. Exercise well, not only okay mag-isip ka lagi, not that, but also we help our intellectual process na from reading, sharing, talking, 'di ba? Ang dami-daming maaaring paraan upang ika'y matuto manood. 'Di ba meron tayong 5 macro kasanayan, pakikinig, panonood, pagbabasa, 'di ba? At marami pang iba kung saan makatutulong sa iyong intellectual na wellness. The spiritual wellness is the innate and continuous processing of finding meaning and purpose in your life. Dito naman sa spiritual wellness, you're helping yourself, maaaring meditating and communicating with God. Dito sa spiritual wellness, you help yourself, your soul, to be okay, to be relaxed. Sa dami ng iyong ginagawa, di ba? Konting stop, the konting prayer, the konting peace, yung inhale, exhale, the spirits, yung spiritual wellness mo, yung nararamdaman mo inside. Inhale, exhale, the energy around you, naaalis mo yung bigat, yung feeling na nagkakapagpabigat sa'yo, syempre. This spiritual wellness is kinakailangan. Kung sa gayon, mas mapadali at mas makapag-isip ka ng matino. Lalo-lalo na if you are dwelling sa illness na kinakaharap mo. Occupational wellness is the extent to which one uses his or her skills abilities to contribute to the society. It includes an individual's attitude toward work, his or her ability to balance several roles in life. Dito naman sa occupational wellness, you know the specific task. Alam mo, pag ikaw ay nakapagtapos ng teacher, maaari ikaw ay guro, o maaaring ikaw, nakapagtapos ka ng guro, maaari naman may iba kang larang. Ngunit habang ikaw ay patuloy na lumalago, ay patuloy kang nagiging isang profesional sa hinaharap, o maaari din na professional ka until now. Even though hindi ito tugma sa iyong trabaho o sa iyong natapos, ngunit ikaw ay nagtatrabaho and you contribute to the society not only by tax but also helping each other. May nakita kang pulube, maybe you will give some, maybe you will help someone, even in work. If someone trying to reach you, di ba, gustong humingi ng tulong, tulungan natin. Sa simpleng pagtulong, sa simpleng pag-contribute natin, lalo-lalo na sa mga kasama natin na sa circle of our friends and even circle of our workmates. No? Dito nagsisimula yung contribution sa ating society. Positive mental health allows people to realize their full potential. Kung lagi tayong positibo, mapapansin natin na, kaya ko palang gawin to. Bakit kaya ko din magawa ito? Cope up with stress of life. Kung we are positive, maybe yung itong stress na to, alam natin na, okay, this will end. I'll go with the flow, work on. Diba? Positive thinking eh. Work productively. Diba? Alam natin na may trabaho tayo, may specific task, even though you're students, not only for the work, no? Not for the work na talagang trabaho lang. Work is for everyone. Task given ng teachers, mara din trabaho, diba? At marami pang iba. Even sa pagiging isang nanay or pagiging isang tatay, may iba't ibang work. We must be productive. Kampanan natin ng buong puso at buong kaluluwa yung ginagawa natin. Make meaningful contributions to their communities. Maybe we should donate, work on, hindi kaya pag may mga specific types na naaya ka mag-talk, to share your knowledge and your wisdom, hope you do so that you can make a meaningful contribution to your communities. Ito naman yung simple ways to maintain positive mental health. Getting professional help if you need it. Sabi ko nga po sa inyo, ang professional lamang ang nakakaalam kung ano nga ba ang dapat gawin. Connecting with others. Huwag tayo magpuputol ng ating ugnayan sapagkat mas lalo tayo magti-trigger ang problem or illness na meron tayo if we disconnect. Staying positive, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, being positive or thinking about the bigger future, bigger picture of yourself. Stay positive and you will achieve everything. Getting physically active, yun nga yung ating physical wellness. Getting enough of sleep If you sleep 6 to 8 hours a day, this is enough for you to work on and to be more and to be productive as well. You matter, you are loved, and you are worthy. Tatandaan natin yan. Wag na wag tayong mawalan ng pag-asa. And we are all in progress, no? Wag tayong mawawala sa track o sa kung ano mang meron tayo. Patuloy magpursige, patuloy na magmahal kahit na tayo nasasaktan at patuloy tayong umusbong. Hindi para lang sa ating sarili, bagkus pati na rin sa ating nasasakupan o pati na rin sa ating nakakasama sa ating buhay. Choose to help, choose to love, and choose to share. Yan. Thank you so much for everything. And I hope that you learn a lot from today. God bless.